Hi there, welcome to another video. I haven't done one for a while, so it's about time I got on with it really. So, here we have a 1.8 turbo converted Mark II Golf. A bit of a story behind this one. I've had it in before and it actually lost compression on cylinder 4. It turned out that the valve wasn't seated properly and we couldn't get compression, so we had to cut the session short. And then back here today with a fully rebuilt engine, so now it's rodded. It's got the complete bottom end, scat rods, everything else in the bottom end. Top end we've got an AGU head. Valve trains all stock on this one. We've got a set of 550cc injectors, it's just there. We have a K300 turbo from BBT with I'm sure it's a 10 psi actuator, which is pretty cool. We've got obviously an intake pipe, band math. This one is actually running the ME 7.5 ECU setup, so we've got a normal drive-by-wire throttle rather than the old cable throttle we get with the AGU, which most of the actually are, but this one is converted. It's really cool. Built by Rob at Alum Motorsport. Pretty well built, all nice and tidy as we like. So it's a really cool car, really cool setup. Quite excited to get on this one. I'm going to live tune this one, and live tune I mean actually physically live tune, not just because it's on a dyno. Obviously there's a lot of people that call live tune different things. I'm actually going to be using the old 300 emulator. It's pretty cool. Takes off the chip, replaces the chip with the emulator itself. So that pops in there instead of the ECU, and I can tune it actually live. So don't have to turn the car up between flashes. I can log and flash at the same time, set it up. This is demobilised, but all these Mark IIs are demobilised anyway. So we've obviously got a spare coil pack, which is always good. But inside we've also got the additional, we've got a boost gauge, we've got an oil pressure gauge just to watch it, because obviously it's had a rebuild. So I'm going to give it a couple of pulls off boost. Once I've just checked out the setup and made sure it's all okay, I'm going to start winding in that boost. And hopefully today we should be seeing 300 brake on this my little Mark II setup. So let's crack on with that. I'm just going to set up the car up and then I'll get back to you once I jump in the car. We'll do a couple of pulls, see where she's at. So let's get cracking on this one then. It's on the dyno, obviously on the Maha as usual. We're just about to fit this my old 300 emulator, so I'm going to live tune this one. So there's the stock ECU, and I'm just going to plug this bad boy, set this up into there, put it somewhere where you can see. So I'm just going to get that there. I'm just going to put this in here. So this replaces the stock ECU of my own, which has got, you can see that, it takes off the chip, and that basically becomes a chip to allow me to live tune the car. So I'm just going to leave that there. Then I plug into here, switch that on, it's got a built-in battery, and then that goes to my laptop, and I can then tune the car live. This is the only way you can really live tune. I mean, a lot of people throw around the live tune words, saying, can you live tune my car, etc, etc. On stock ECUs, there's not many options for live tuning. This is pretty much only for the older vehicles. So you've got like the 180, I do the EDC 15 stuff on it as well. So just mainly the old stuff. All the new stuff isn't done like this. I mean, live tuning to me is the car on, setting it up like standalone. Live tune to some people is just running it, logging it, flashing it, running it, logging it, flashing it, and so on and so forth. So let's get on with this one and see what she can do. Hoping for about 300 horse, but we'll see. So I'll get back to you once I'm all in the car and set up. Right, we're all set up in the car, it's on the dyno. I've got a free tune on here already. So let's just get Vacom all plugged in. Side. You. Do Right then, let's get swinging this around, shall we? So let's get back on open. Fault codes. So obviously these are fault codes that are in the emulator, that might not be the actual car. So with those, let's measure blocks. See where we are. So fuel control's pretty close. You've obviously got us bring it a bit closer. We've got fuel trims, coolant temp, we're waiting for it to warm up. Obviously got the engine speed. Check all the sensors, we've got the mass airflow, timing's good, load's okay. Just check the timing while we're on the car. Yeah, that's okay, can deal with that. And I'm just going to do a quick run on this one. I've capped the boost. So here we are. So I'm running dev mode, so I've capped the boost to 0, so we shouldn't see any boost. I'll make that sure that's all switched on while I'm here. Didn't look like it was. So I'm just going to turn that on. Switch to 8-bit mode. So all the changes I'm making currently are actually being made as we run. Let's find that. No, that's the one. Switch that on, so we're now running in development mode. So back to 16-bit. Drop the size of the screen down. There you are, yeah, there you are. 4 inches is a bit much. And now we are running, so as you can see the map's now switched on and we are running in development mode. So we're running 0% duty, so this is just going to run wastegate, there's no cruise control, there's nothing breathing against the actuator to hold that gate shut. So good there. Fueling seems to be okay at the minute. Slightly on the rich side, but I can live with that. I'd rather it be a little bit rich than a little bit lean. So I can fix that up later on. All being well. So then, let her warm up and I give it a first pull. Switch over to the dyno. Petrol, brake. Done. Set the revs up. Oh, it's a bit crap on these. Run this one in 4th gear. Okay, set the dyno to the car. Sorted. Come down. Temperature wise, 8 degrees. Trims are still okay. Still a bit on the rich side, just sort that out. Everything else looks stable and good to go. So, I'm just going to run a log. No boost, so 1.80, K300, 1, 2, run 1. So then, let's give her a run. Start that off. Start this journey. Family control's good. Load looks okay. Injection timing's good. Salt loads like that. Mash, good. Intake air temperature, 41. Might struggle with that a little bit. Boost pressure control set to 0, and our actual boost we made just over a bar, so we've got just over a bar actuator to play with. So I should only be seeing about 50% duty maxed out when I'm done. So we're currently at 210 horse. It's already quite a quick car. So we've got 210 horse, 198 foot-pound. Quite a clean pull. A little bit laggy, but I expect that. It's just running on actuator pressure. So that's our first pull. So far, so good. Everything's looking all right. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start winding in that boost. So just to get an idea what this turbo is going to do. So start at 10%, work my way up, add a bit of duty. Just check the oil pressure. That's good. Just keep an eye on that. Right then, so we're up to 10% now. Obviously I don't have to flash, it's all on there already. So it's measuring blocks, I'll come off that for. So I'm going to go, what's the knock? I'm just going to bring in some boost. Should be on stop timing, let's check that. Up to, yeah, so I'm on stop timing as well. Timing is still stuck. Set the load table up. So we shouldn't be seeing any knock. So I should be able to add some timing in as well to make a little bit of power. So first of all, let's save that. Good to go. We'll repeat, load, drop that on top. Then we're going to go run 2. So this still looks good. So log. Mark 2. Run to 10% duty. So what she does, see if she comes to life yet. So let's go. Just gonna watch that oil pressure gauge. Good everywhere. Probably rich. Fix that up. So we're now up to, hasn't come on yet, slight improvement to about 220, I think. Yeah, okay, 211 and 200 foot-pound. A little way to go yet. See what goes boost into. 10% duty. See, it's just coming to life yet. Boost pressure 10%. Not quite coming to life yet. Not seeing any knock at all. So we know we've got room for timing. Fuel control looks okay. Pretty flat. Tidy up a little bit more, but at the minute this looks okay. A little bit on the tip in, looks a bit rich. Sort that out. Right, so here we are. So took off the MAF, put the intake pipe in there just to so I can pressurise it up. These things are brilliant. So I've got the snap-on smoke machine. So it's got to put on these positive and negative. So obviously the positive can go down here on the start motor when you haven't got, move that away from there, and you haven't got a battery to work off. So there's that, and just earth it, and wherever it earths off, the body's normally enough. Now look, I've got a green, I've got a light on. I've got a light on, so I've got power. So I've got this smoke machine. As you can see, we're smoking. So put that in there. And this will pressurise the system and leak smoke. So what I'm also watching on here, see this ball will start to balance and float. If it's a nice system, looks like it's pretty good. So that cancels that one out hopefully. So it might just be a case of the intake temps are a bit nuts, which means it could be a poor flowing intercooler. So what I'd probably do is test this out on the road just to see, because the problem with these Mark IIs is you can get the cooler in, but you've got a lot of bumper in the way, so you can't always get the air in. I mean, it's a bar and plate cooler, then it'll be pretty good. But there's not a lot of it on show. I mean, if you look at the bottom here, there's not really a lot of it there. So the majority of the cooler is actually behind this bumper here. So that will be why I'm struggling with the intake temps. Not much good. So a lot of people take off the plates, drill holes and all sorts to try and get a bit more air in. It's kind of the problem with these Mark IIs is that it's all getting the air into that cooler because of the way the bumper's designed. Can't really get it in. So that'd be why I'm struggling with that. So I'll probably get the customer to sort that out. Everything else looks okay. Still running on the smoke machine. So it's like tuning session number 1 for this is complete. I'm going to get the guy, because the guy's aims is around 300 horse, so we're not going to make that on that cooler with that position. So rather than straining the engine to do what it doesn't want to do, I'll leave it where it is. We'll go over, there's a few pipes I want to change, which could be the reason for the crap spool up. We've got a few stop pipes and thin pipes and all sorts going on, which isn't the best. And obviously it's getting wham. We don't want it to get warm. We want all the intake temps we can get to be right down there around the 30s on a pull, ideally. And it's warming the room up, so it's definitely a bit too hot. So I'm going to conclude this video here for this project, and I'm going to go get on with another project to keep you guys in with the content and keep this rocking. So thanks guys. So obviously to see more projects like this, I'm trying to show you guys what it's actually like for us tuners when we're tuning these cars and what we get up to and everything else, how we tune them up. So if you want to continue, like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.